You're listening to a podcast from the BMA.
The BMA's Humanitarian Fund offers NHS clinicians the opportunity to share their knowledge, skills and good practice to benefit communities in the developing world. I'm Flavia Munn and I spoke to Karen Leckie, a GP trainee from Glasgow who was supported by the fund to work on a project in Peru. I began by asking her what was the aim of her project.
The Amazon Hope Medical Project sends a team of 8 volunteers, of doctors and dentists and nurses out to the Amazon region of Peru. They go every month and they help a Peruvian health team who go up and down the Amazon all the time. And so they aim to provide a primary healthcare service in a really remote region of the Amazon where there's nothing else. So essentially, for the UK team, you sort of acting as bringing your expertise and also kind of supporting and encouraging the team that's already there. The healthcare is very sparse in that area and a few healthcare posts, but no hospitals and nothing like what we have in this country. So it aims to basically provide a service where there is none.
I understand the project has since expanded. How has it developed since your initial trip?
Well, I basically did that project in 2007 for the first time. The beauty of it is you can just go out and do that in a period of annual leave and then just come back. I kind of got a bit addicted to it, and I've been out about 4 times altogether. So I was doing geriatric medicine training before I became a GP trainee, and it led me to an area in Peru where it's quite middle class and there's a lot of elderly people, but there's really nothing much for them. There's better health facilities in other ways, but there's nothing specifically for older people. So I've been involved in trying to help them to set up a project which just aims specifically to cater for the needs of elderly patients. So I'm going to be going out there again this year for a year out of programme to help them to take that project further forward. We've basically started up a charity in the UK to fund this work, and it's run again by a group of Peruvians, and we help.
What did you get out of your experience working in Peru? Has it been of benefit to your training, and in what way?
As a doctor, it's such a great opportunity to use what are really transferable skills in an area where you're providing something that's not there. And also there's a big sort of personal challenge in it, as well as a professional challenge in working in sort of slightly different circumstances and working across a language barrier and working in different cultural settings. So certainly for me, the spin-off projects I've been involved in are very kind of service development type things, which is why the Deanery, I think, has supported my out-programme application to go back out and do these things.
Organising a project in a remote area like the Amazon must have been tricky. What sort of barriers did you have to overcome?
I think the main kind of obstacles, I suppose, are distance and logistics. At the moment, trying to set up something in another part of the world is quite challenging, both with a lot of kind of cultural barriers and admin barriers and different types of things. I think it's possible to be misunderstood a lot of the time culturally as well. And there's a whole kind of set of different health beliefs in Peru that you're trying to identify first of all and then work to overcome, and that's all kind of done across a language barrier. So that's certainly a challenge. The benefits of the Amazon Hope working is that you can work with translators who are very experienced, and they kind of don't just translate for you, they do direct you into explaining what people mean when they say certain symptoms.
Raising money for humanitarian projects is notoriously difficult. How did you go about getting funding?
I was really grateful to the Humanitarian Fund for helping me out to go on one of the trips. And especially now, as I'm going to be taken out of programme experience, the financial constraints become a bit more obvious, which is why I applied for the money. So I was really grateful to get the opportunity to go out on one of the trips through that.
You mentioned that you'll be taking time out of your training programme to go back to the Amazon. What are you planning to do?
The out-of-programme time that's been agreed is 1 year to set up the geriatric project and 1 year to go and continue the community development projects and the charity work with the charity called Esperanza. The geriatric project has got a number of kind of exciting ways that I've got a consultant geriatrician who's probably going to come out to help me set up the work. I've also got a friend who's an OT who is going to come out to do OT work in Peru. And so she's generated quite a lot of interest in that in her department. So she's going to be doing a bit of fundraising and continuing to get involvement and looking at ways of getting equipment and things out to Peru. So that's quite an exciting development. And ideally, we might set up some sort of link where other OTs from her work might want to come out and work from time to time out in Peru with us, would be the long-term aim.